Hey guys, Scheming Off the Grid here. We are here in the one and only Captain Algebra's game room, and we're going to hold his feet to the fire and find out what are his top 5 things in this epic game room. Let's take a look.
Hi, this is Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters, and you're watching Gaming Off the Grid.
Hey everybody, Captain Algebra here. So, my number 5 item in my game room would be my Halo Reach Limited Edition. So I used to play this game all the time back in the day. A lot of hours spent multiplayer. My wife used to get pretty pissed off at me because I played it so much late into the night. But I don't know, I just really loved it, and I found this really cheap at a garage sale. When you take that slip cover off, it looks like an actual black box that you'd find like in an airplane or something. It just has some cool stuff. You know, it's not an expensive game or anything. It's just a lot of nostalgia behind it, and it was just a really cool find. So then we'll move on to number 4. This comes courtesy of Back in the Day Gamer, these wonderful Game Boy shelves. You know, Game Boy games are really tough to display, and he told me about these. They're actually from his wife's shop. It used to hold nail polish, and it's just a perfect way. You can see the label art really nice, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. You know, it doesn't pop out the wall very far. So I'm able to put it all around my game room. We got Game Boy, we got Game Boy Advance, we got Game Boy Color, and it's just a great way to display those games. And so now on to number 3.
Man, I don't know how Captain didn't pick this as number 1. But these Game Boy shelves are so cool. I love it. When I walked down here for the first time, I was like, dude, these shelves are amazing. It's a cool display of all the Game Boy games. It's really small. It's creative. It makes me want to play the Game Boy. I'm excited to hear the rest of his list.
The best part about being a YouTuber is just the community you create and all the great friends that I've met over the past couple of years. And so Video Game Dust Sleeves makes dust sleeves for us, and I got a big shipment last year just to support all my favorite channels. And you can see, you know, we got Do You Nerd, Linda, Die Hard, all my good friends, T-Belly, Mega Dan, and just, you know, dust sleeves are kind of hard to come by sometimes, like the original Nintendo ones, but these just add some character to the games, and it's able to look back and just see all the friendships I've made over the years. And I don't know, just the artwork's amazing. Chris does a great job, and I don't know, it's just cool when I come down to the game room and I can really reflect on all these great people and the impact they've had on my life. And I don't know, it's just it's a really cool piece how it just fits right on top of the shelves. So on to the number 2. So TurboGrafx 16 was a console that I did not grow up with, just heard about it a couple years ago, and I always wanted it. And they're pretty expensive games to collect for, and it's very rare to get them complete in box. But luckily I was on eBay one night and I got a great deal on this Bonk's Adventure. So it's got the cardboard, it's got the CD case, it's got the dust sleeve on the actual Hue card. And it was just cool to find for such a great price. Like I said, it's very tough to find these, and it's a great game. So, and with that, let's do number 1.
All right, before we hear Captain's number 1, you know, this isn't a full game room tour, but I love this game room. It feels like home. The wood paneling, you know, it just feels like if you were an 80s or 90s kid, like this was probably where you were playing games. And the game room's so inviting, and it's also very turnkey, which I think is very important. When I walked down here for the first time, when we came in for the weekend to bring my bags downstairs, I literally could have played any game in the game room in less than a minute because everything just makes sense. It's hooked up well, it's intuitive, and man, I'm excited to hear what number 1 is.
So you guys know me, Super C is my favorite game of all time. So I have to go with my favorite thing is Super C Complete in Box. Got this at Midwest Gaming Class a couple years ago, and just, I love the box art of the Contra games. It's so clean, that Konami look is there. It's nice to have. I don't care too much about complete box games, but certain ones I have to have. And when I added this to my collection, I was super excited, and it's nice to have my favorite game of all time. Complete in box, looking so nice on the shelf, and that's one of the things I always show off when I got my buddies coming over.
Man, thanks so much for having us, showing us around. This is a kick-ass game room.
Thank you.
I love it a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy because I feel like I've spent time here before, even though I haven't, being in your live streams, things like that. And then to come here and it's like, man, it kind of feels the same way. Like, it's cool that you're able to cast that on to your audience, I feel like. So, any other things in your game room you want to talk about? Other than that top 5?
Yeah, I mean, like you kind of mentioned, like I just like the overall flow. I mean, it's kind of weird, but there's times where like I'm down here doing whatever, playing with the girls and stuff, and I'm just like kind of admire the shelves and stuff because I'm not the most organized person in my life. Like you look at my desk at work, it's crazy, but my game room is always clean,
very organized,
always organized. Everything's got its place. I know if something's out of place. I love the flow of it, and I know other people have great setups too. But you know, it's just mine, and I just really enjoy it.
It is, and I appreciate, like, you know, as a collector, you're like, I feel like you're a real collector. Like, you don't have anything that's unattainable. The stuff that's some of your favorite, like I loved the Halo Reach pick. Like, that's just because of the memory, because you found a good deal at a garage sale. It's not like, oh, this is my $300 game. It's just because of the memories that you have, and that's what makes collecting fun.
Speaking of collecting, I love collecting beer. What do you guys think of Threat Level Midnight by Carbon 4?
So it's one of my favorite movies ever made.
Just out of curiosity, what threat level is this?
I can't sugarcoat this. We're at threat level midnight.
This beer's is not quite what I wanted it to be. When you call something Threat Level Midnight, I'm expecting it to be.
The can art's so cool. It's a holiday tradition that this brewery does every year. It's a s'mores styled stout. I love s'mores. I love stouts. This is kind of disappointing, like the s'mores taste. It's a good stout. And I feel like some breweries make great stouts, but then they put like s'mores or these flavors on them. That's not what it tastes like. It's still good. I just want that. I want that marshmallow taste. I want that chocolate taste. I want that graham cracker taste.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's just, I get like a smokiness to it, which I like, because, you know, think campfire, think s'mores. And it's not overpowering, which is nice. But like Robert said, where's that marshmallow?
Yeah,
you know?
It says 30 pounds of marshmallows in there. Like, were they flavorless marshmallows or what?
I mean, I think you guys said it best. This is a beer that was basically made by Michael Scott.
Yeah, it's a Michael Scott beer, which is cool.
Heads I do it, tails I don't. Best out of 7.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. And neither is this beer. It's it's good.
It's good, yeah.
It's just kind of disappointing.
Yeah,
especially with some of the beers we've had together this weekend. So, hope you guys enjoyed a look behind the curtain of what goes on over here on Captain Algebra's channel and in his game room. Thanks again, man, for an awesome weekend and for showing us around. And we always appreciate you tuning in, subscribing to the channel. Keep gaming, keep drinking. We'll see you next time right here on Gaming Off the Grid. Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid here. We are here in the one and only Captain Algebra's game room, and we're going to hold his feet to the fire and talk about his top favorite. And we're going to hold his feet to the fire and ask him what are his top 5 favorite things in his game room, which is pretty.
He's a pretty game room.
Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid here. We are right here. That sounds stupid.
I love The Office. Dunder Mifflin is my destination. Dunder Mifflin would be my dream job. Actually, no, it'll probably suck. I'm not a good salesman.
You'd be a great assistant to the regional manager.
I
would
totally picture that.
I would, dude. I would do part